Welcome to part 2 of my 3-part Not Trying to Be Obnoxious series, where I try and not be obnoxious after the Arizona game. Now, I've touched on this before, but it's very interesting that Brock Purdy stats never seem to matter unless people can use them to drive their own narratives, whether positive or negative. I'm not immune to it either. I will fully admit that I've used stats to prove a point, but I'd like to think that I've also used video evidence to back those stats up on multiple occasions. So why am I bringing up stats for this video? Well, it's simple because once again, people are using one stat to try and prove a point. Brock Purdy's 200 passing yards. Let's forget his 26 attempts. Those are irrelevant. His 19 completions aren't important. Right now, people don't really care about the 3 touchdowns to those 0 interceptions. Nope. Right now, people want to fixate on those 200 passing yards because Mac could have thrown way more yards than that. See, Brock isn't better. First, let's take a look at the quarterback on the other team. Jacoby Brissett threw for 452 yards and lost the game. Now, I will be the first to say that he had to do that because the run game was non-existent and the 49ers have one of the best running backs in the NFL. The point is, just because a quarterback can throw for 450 yards means nothing if the team loses. So let's talk about those 200 yards. The first drive is a wash because of that amazing kickoff return, so we move on to the second drive. The second drive had a total of 5 plays. They started at the 30-yard line. The first play was a run that went 2 yards. The second play was an incomplete pass. The next throw was 25 yards, then 13 yards, then a 30-yard touchdown strike to Kittle. 3 passes, 68 yards. That's all it took to score on that drive. Brock has proven multiple times that he can throw for 350 yards or more. But as I've said before, Brock is also efficient. One of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league, even if people don't want to admit it. We should also remember another stat that may not seem important, and that's that McCaffrey only carried the ball 18 times and still got 81 yards. He had 6.2 yards per carry this game, his most efficient of the season. If you can't see the fact that the offense scored 41 points while being more efficient than it has been all season, then you're either choosing to ignore it or you simply have an agenda. 200 yards may not seem like it's setting the world on fire, but Brock made those 200 yards count because that's what he does.